Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
I'm Tim Stanovic along with Carol Masser. Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. We're joined by Bloomberg News equities reporter Carmen Reinecke. Carmen, lot to choose from in the after hours.
Yeah, we have a kind of exciting after hours session happening right now. So I'm watching shares of Alphabet. So that's ticker GOOGL, and Apple AAPL. So Google Alphabet is up almost 8% right now. This is a huge jump. If this keeps up, it'll be well above a record high tomorrow when the market opens. And Apple is also up about 3.7%. And basically the reason that both of these stocks are up right now is that a judge ruled that Alphabet's Google doesn't have to sell the Chrome web browser. So that, makes sense that that's good for Alphabet. Antitrust is something that's really been hanging over the stock.
Right. It's a big deal.
The Apple move is interesting too, because we were initially like, well, why is Apple doing so well? And basically, these contracts are not exclusive, and the payments can still go from Alphabet to to Apple. So basically, it seems like the market is saying that the Apple-Alphabet relationship is going to keep going. This is lots of money. It's something that had also been hanging over Apple.
Right. So in another way, the judge did not bar the company from making payments to third parties for default browser placement. And for Apple, that's been some big money.
Huge.
Billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what's kind of cool? The startup Perplexity made this $34.5 billion offer for Chrome back on August 12th, so about 3 weeks ago. Tomorrow, it'll be interesting to see, in terms of market cap, how much is added to Alphabet. And maybe that's one sort of proxy for, okay, this is how investors are valuing
That is a
the
really
company.
smart takeaway.
You know,
Wow.
I've been doing this for 15 years. Sometimes every few years, there's a hidden
Wasn't
gem,
that
Carol.
a great takeaway? I'm really impressed with that.
See what I have to deal with, Carmen?
It's
every
going to
day?
be billions of dollars. Even just a 1% move for Google stock is
huge.
$17 billion.
Wow.
So this is going to be more than 8% that it's up right now in the after hours.
So Perplexity
that
was like a low ball offer, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay.
Because what did you say? How many? 16, 17
So
billion?
I just pulled up. So Friday's move on Google was less than 1%, and that was a $15 billion change in the period.
So you're looking at, 8.5% higher. Wow. Okay. Nvidia, just before we go.
Yeah. So the big stock that we're always watching, shares of Nvidia fell today, and they ended just below their 50-day moving average. Key technical level, one that a lot of people watch. I think this really signals that there could, continue to be downside momentum here for this stock. This is the fourth straight negative session for Nvidia. Obviously last week it had earnings that didn't quite, make it over the lofty bar that analysts and investors were overall expecting. And then we've really just seen a sell-off ever since, which has weighed on the entire market. So watching Nvidia tomorrow, we'll see if it bounces, if we get some buy the dip, or if this continues to sell off.
Still up 27% year to date. Just saying.
Also like 80% from that April low. I will point out too, it was, the market was closed yesterday, but it was down. Wednesday it fell ever so slightly. Thursday it's down 1.4%. Friday, 0.8%. Friday it fell 3.3%. Then today,
If you look at something like RSI or like relative strength index, it's moving towards being oversold. So we'll see whether or not you do have some other buyers coming in.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.